So you're PCSing to Whiteman Air Force Base, and the closest town is Knob Noster, Missouri. Where is that? What is there? I can help you with that. Today, we're going to do a little video tour of some of the areas to live in Knob Noster, Missouri. Stick around. Hey guys, Eva Clark here. Thank you for watching my videos. If you like them and you want to know about Warrensburg, Missouri and Knob Noster, Missouri and Whiteman Air Force Base, just make sure you like and subscribe down below because I make a new video just about every week, hopefully, and you'll want to be notified. Also, if you're moving here, if you're PCSing to Whiteman and you need some help knowing what there is to do here, give me a call. I really love hearing from people who watch my videos. Actually, a couple days ago, I just closed on a house of this lovely couple who just called me out of the blue. They were moving here. They needed help with finding a place to live and figuring out what to do once they got here, and I helped them, and it was wonderful, and it made me feel very warm and fuzzy in my heart. So, if you need some help, my number's down below. Give me a call. So, today we are talking about Knob Noster, Missouri. Now, Knob, as the locals call it, is a little town about 3 square miles, and it's about 12 minutes from Warrensburg, Missouri, which, if you look at this cool map, it's about halfway in between Kansas City and St. Louis. So, smack right in the middle of Missouri. But I digress. So Knob, it's a little town and it's right outside of Whiteman Air Force Base. Actually, if Whiteman Air Force Base were not there, it would be even smaller. But Whiteman Air Force Base really makes Knob Noster Knob Noster. So the first area I'm gonna take you guys is the downtown area. So downtown Knob Noster is pretty small. I mean, it's basically just a couple of streets, but it's cute. There's an awesome little tap room, basically a little bar. There's a really cool little barbecue restaurant. There's the most amazing coffee snobs. Their coffee is amazing and they have little like tasty treats and smoothies and they're fantastic. And then there's Myers Market, which is kind of a little teeny tiny little grocery store, and it has gifts and stuff. Since there's no actual grocery store in Knob Noster, definitely Myers Market is the place to go if you need anything, because the only other place you could get anything there would be the dollar store. So as y'all can see from the video, it's pretty small. There are a lot of cute little shops owned by local people that live there. There's no real big stores. Like if you need to go to Walmart, you're gonna have to drive into Warrensburg. If you want a larger selection of places to eat, you're gonna have to go into Warrensburg, or a shoe store, or a pet store, a feed store, anything like that, you're gonna have to go into Warrensburg. Also, there's no community center in Knob, so if you wanna go to an indoor or outdoor pool, you're gonna have to go to Warrensburg. But it's still a great little town. Now, the first houses that I'm gonna just show you are just around the downtown area. I just drove around a couple different streets. There's really all different types of houses right around here, anywhere from smaller 1-bedroom, 1-bath up to larger like 3-bedroom, 3-bath homes in this area. All different ages, from being built back in the 60s and 70s up to newer builds in the early 2000s. So you can kind of find just a different mix of type of housing in Knob Noster around the downtown area. If you're looking for more specific subdivisions, you have to go a little bit outside. Now, the first subdivision I'm gonna talk about outside of the houses around the downtown area is called the Irish Court subdivision. Now, technically, it's not called this. I'm not sure what it's called because it's pretty new and I could not find a sign, but I'm gonna call it the Irish Court subdivision because it was on Irish Street and it sounds fancy. And I like Ireland because they have great beer. So the Irish Court subdivision is very cute and it's split up into kind of 2 sections. In one section, there's just rows and rows of duplexes and like 2-bedroom, 1-bath duplexes, which range from anywhere between 180 and 260,000. So good deals, good buys. You can never go wrong with a duplex, let me tell you. And then the other section of this subdivision was single-family homes, and those ran between 280 and 350,000, depending upon how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, and how much square footage. But as you can see, I mean, some of these are just still being built. They are new, and it looks like this area is expanding as well. So in the future, you'll be able to maybe get a plot of land, buy the land, and then have your house built specifically to what you want. That's kind of what's great about going into a new subdivision, is you can get pretty specific about what type of house you're gonna get because they build it for you, and that's always nice. Now, the next subdivision that I went and looked at was the Preserve. And the Preserve is down a little south of Whiteman Air Force Base. It was about 10-15 minutes from downtown Knob Noster. It was kind of out in the country a little bit, which was nice, but it was still within easy access to Whiteman. And driving in, the one thing I did notice is that there weren't a lot of trees. So it really does look like these houses were built in a farmer's field, which there's nothing wrong with that, but I love trees in my subdivisions. It makes me feel like I'm in the woods, like I'm connected to nature. So that was the only thing that I found slightly disappointing about the Preserve. But the houses were beautiful. There were quite a few, and they ranged anywhere from between 230 and 340,000. So there were all different types of houses in this neighborhood, and the type of houses depended basically 2-bedroom, 1 bath, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, anywhere from around 1,500 to 1,700 square feet. And those were around the 230,000 price range. And then on the opposite end, you had 4-bedroom, 3-bath, or 3-bedroom, 3-bath that were up towards 3,000 square feet. And that's where you were getting into the 340,000 range. But all relatively new builds, all the roofs looked great. The outside of the houses looked really great. So you definitely cannot go wrong buying in these subdivisions around Knob Noster, because with the PCSing schedule of the Air Force personnel coming in and out of the base, I mean, the housing market, the prices are just gonna go up, basically. I don't think any of these houses are gonna lose equity anytime soon, because man, our housing market is on fire. Now, the last subdivision I looked at near Knob Noster was actually my favorite. It's called Freedom's Edge, and it's a relatively brand new subdivision. There were actually only a couple houses that were even done being built, with a couple also under construction. Now, the thing that I loved most about Freedom's Edge, not only was it directly across from Whiteman Air Force Base, but it was in the woods. There were so many trees on this property. It's fully wooded property except for these lots. So each house really feels like you're in your own little wooded area. It's very secluded, it's very quiet, it's beautiful. When we were driving, just doing the big loop around to look at all of the different areas that you could buy land and build there, we actually saw a deer. So, I mean, it's gorgeous. If I were coming to Knob and were buying a house, I would want to buy in Freedom's Edge, just for the safe, secluded, wooded feel of it all. So buying in this area does come with a higher price tag, because the lots are going to be more expensive because they are larger and they're wooded, and the houses are going to be bigger. So more bedrooms, more bathrooms, more square footage. But I mean, that's what you want, that's what you pay for. So there you go. There is my walking/driving tour of different subdivisions and different areas to live in Knob Noster, Missouri. I hope you liked my video. I hope that these are super helpful for people, because they're really fun to make. So I really enjoy when people reach out and contact me and tell me that it's helped them, or have questions, or need to find a place to stay, all those things. So if you're watching the videos, A, please like and subscribe so then I know you're watching, because that makes me feel good. And then B, if you are moving to Warrensburg or Whiteman and you need someone to help you find a place, or you just want to know what's it like to live here, reach out, give me a call. Number's down at the bottom. Have a great day. Bye.